Inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Gibson.
Room here to run. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Prescott.
He's got Granson over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
The Colts at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Prescott. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys. Because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence. Show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now the big story here in this one, Carson Wentz, of course, back in Indy. He was a 17-game starter as a Colts QB a season ago, picked up in a trade with Philadelphia. The numbers weren't all bad, 27 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, but a Week 18 loss at 2-14 Jacksonville. It kind of wrote the end of his time in the Circle City, and he was sent to Washington on March the 9th. Sly able to put this one through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott
to the right side and into the hands of the tight end Granson. Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Open man right side, Myers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Here's Prescott.
He's got Granson, his tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Prescott on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott down.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz escaping the pressure right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Back to the ground with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own
30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They'll run with Gibson.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
One more time with Gibson.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it with Gibson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chipping.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for a Colts.
First down, Prescott.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards away.
Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick. 20, 10.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Prescott from the gun on third. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And again, it's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season.
All fans of the Washington Commanders have been holding their collective breath to see how Chase Young returns from last season's torn ACL. If we see the 2020 Rookie of the Year back on the field.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson.
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down. This from 25 yards out.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they